As I said to you many times, I killed many trees over the years. Hi, I'm Miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. I'm standing in front of this tree. It's actually an evergreen Magnolia tree from the Himalayas, and it's a fairly rare one, and it's in full bloom, so I thought I'd show you the tree. I will try to do that, feature a tree when I'm so excited about them. And this is in the middle of my Zen Garden, which I created. So today, I'll do the Q&A. First, I want to do a little commentary about, because there was a question about how did I kind of acquire the style that I did. That's, I think he liked it as being very natural and all that. I asked my daughter that because she was an art major from Cornell. And so she gave me the answer that I thought was pretty good, so I passed that on as to how to become a painter. First, I learned all traditional methods and techniques and learn different media, such as sculpture, photography for cross-fertilization, and develop over time your own skills and technique and your own style. And learn from experts in history to see the progression, because you can see how the thoughts evolved are through the millennium. Now, to that, I would more address from my own perspective the philosophy and the question of the attitude, how you get to develop your own style. First of all, you have to be open-minded, be inclusive, and rather than reject ideas out of hand, integrate them before you reject them. And you have to be experimental. As I said to you many times, I killed many trees over the years because I follow the traditional, conventional wisdom, and I found it didn't work, and think through it. And the whole point is to think through it, experiment and think through it to improve over time. You eventually get it. So being discriminate and to formulate your own opinions, because we all have different opinions. That's what makes us all wonderful, because we're all different and we see things differently. So with that in mind, then, I encourage to go for it. You know, I am reminiscent of meeting the gentleman on a bonsai tour in China. He was from Indonesia, and I really loved the Indonesian bonsai. Somehow the culture, you know, how you see the dancing, the elephants, the whatever, somehow it reflected in the design of the bonsai. So if you ever have time, go on the website and look for Indonesian bonsai. You'll be amazed. And the point is that I'm Chinese, and my bonsai, whether I like it or not, reflects my Chinese culture. And the same here, we're in America. We have American culture. So, for example, I think it would be spectacular to show some of these grotesque trees in the Wild Wild West movies, and that becomes American style, or the redwood forests, so on and so forth, to reflect our own American culture. What a wonderful thing we can do to bring bonsai as an art as an American art. To that, I'll add, be observant. Look at the trees in your garden, in the park, the heritage tree in the village or the town that you grew up. And these all become to show up in the image or the ramification of your tree. So be open-minded, pay attention, and go with your inspiration, and you'll have it. The question is that, do I belong to any bonsai club and associations, or do I ever show my trees? Well, currently I belong to 2 bonsai clubs here in the Bay Area. One's Midori and one's Seibuko. And I'm really not an active member because I have to take care of my family affair, and so I really don't have time to socialize. So I'm not considered one of the in guys, actually. But the one I'm really loyal to is the California Bonsai Society, which I joined about 1978, maybe, with John Naka and Harry Hirao being very active at the time. At that time, you had to qualify to be recommended to join the club. So I was very honored to be invited to join. Today you can join, anybody can join, but it's a very good club, a lot of history, a lot of good looking trees. People are very sharing. It's a really good club, and I got a wonderful newsletter and an annual show. I do show my bonsai show twice a year in the two clubs I belong to. If you cut the branch off the tree base, will it grow a branch, or do you have to cut after a small branch to keep a growing branch? I think what that says is that how do you take a stick and make it into a bonsai? Well, most trees you buy for landscaping tend to be a standard style with a stick like an elm. You cut it someplace, anywhere, or you air layer someplace. The bottom will branch out, and that's what you use for styling. And you find an opportunity where a branch goes off in an interesting angle. You cut off the rest of it and build up from there. So yes, you can do all of that. Whenever I do this out of tree, they just die. What do you do about a tree? Well, first of all, you want to dig it in the winter time so that you don't desiccate the tree after you dig it up, if at all possible. The second one is to be very careful when you're digging. Make sure you get a big root ball so that there's enough root, and then cut off the branches to compensate. What I recommend for most of us is to dig around the branch, the base of the tree, let's say a quarter at a time, 4 times a year, and then you dig up and make sure you cut the taproot. By then, the fibrous roots will grow, and you have a nice tree. So be patient. Don't expect instant everything, and then you can save your tree. Have you ever used moss to heal the scar from my breaking the branches? No, I don't. I think scars are actually very interesting. If you break it, it becomes a gin, and then turns the coloration and all that. I do spread moss over the old trunks of like pine trees and all that, and they make the trunk look mossy, which it looks very pretty. Thank you very much for sharing this. I have been impatient for years and killed so many little bonsai. I do have a 8-year-old apple tree. How do I turn it into a bonsai? Well, I really recommend medium-sized bonsai. Because you don't have that much room, so medium size is okay. The mame bonsai or the shohin bonsai are too small. If you ever neglect it a little bit, it dries out and it's done. So I recommend medium and larger size bonsai if you can have the space, but you just got to keep it watered. As far as the apple tree, 8-year-old apple tree, I presume is some trunk size. That's really a bonsai, good bonsai material. You know, again, bonsai in Japanese means just a culture, pot culture. So why not? You can put a bonsai in a patio pot, and that rhymes with a tree, and shape it, and you will have a few apples hanging there. That's really wonderful decoration. So by all means. So thank you very much. I thank you for watching my video. Please like. That's my only reward, to get a little bit of a brownie points from you. And do subscribe to our channel so that we can notify you of new video. And please send us an email address to our website so we can notify you when we have bonsai for you to purchase. So thank you very much, and see you next week.